Okay, everything's all set up, looking good. Hi, I'm Shade Raven Black, aka Shapebox Gremlin. As a reminder, my content's not for kids. I cuss like a sailor. Anyway, welcome. Let's get into Sonic Rumble. Hope everyone's been doing well. Oh, man. Played a bit of Sonic Crossroads, got on a little too early. But later. Oh, wrong remote. Hang on. Here we go. Turn on the TVs. There we go. Yeah, I use it as my monitor, but so you guys don't hear the double sound, basically. But anyway. Like, a bit of an echo, really. It's just, that's... I get tired of that spraying, but... Anyway. Yeah, I was just kind of worried about where the state of the world was going with the whole weird women should vote trend. But I was talking about it on my last Sonic Crossroads video. It's number 17. It's in the playlist. No. I am definitely anti-morons. Morons shouldn't be voting. Ill-informed people shouldn't be voting. Like, I think there's a peaceful way to go about things. Definitely. But that's just a very dangerous way of thinking. Like, not all women are the same. It's just how it is. Not all men are the same either. Like, maybe you should be tackling misinformation. And maybe having better voting requirements to make sure we don't have morons voting. Because if everyone can vote, well... But like I said, I'm more for filtering out who don't deserve to vote. Like, people go solely on feelings. We are an elevated species, and everyone needs to learn how to think with their fucking brains. There's a time for, I don't mean weaponized empathy, I mean real empathy. Actual empathy. And there's a time when you need to think things logically. Like, yeah, both are needed, but there's times where one thing's, you know, more needed than the other, of course. I'm not gonna argue against that. I'm not gonna argue that women these days, like the average woman, it's kinda nuts. But that's also doing a disservice to those of us who are just so fucking tired, you know? Doesn't mean we need to be treated like less human or as a lesser. That's pretty fucked up, man. And I kind of hate the women talking about, oh, I'll get my votes away. Really? You're kidding, right? What about the stupid men out there? I saw an Instagram clip where a man was going about how strawberries are bad for you. You gonna let him vote? God, if I had a newspaper, would roll it up and hit her in the head and be like, no, bad. Although I guess spray bottle would do better. Because they said, oh yeah, only women will get violent. Men get violent too. It's not an exclusive thing. Like, of course there's peaceful solutions, but... And for the people talking about, oh, the studies, the statistics. They're important when they're done right. When there are no biases. Like, for example, you see all the biased women's studies and the biased men's studies? Shit like that. Okay? You gotta be careful when you're doing these kind of studies. And go over as many variables as possible. Get this. Yeah, because if you're going to be doing a study, I want to ask about all the variables. All of them. Maybe that's why I have to test your brain talking, because I have that in ADHD, but you know what? Fuck anyone who disagrees. It's important when you're going to talk about statistics. All the variables. Oh, hey Jessica. Because I hate it when people, you know, say they've done statistics and just do it to paint their own narrative. And the shit's like, you know, biased as hell. So it needs to be done right. But I promised myself I'll let Healthy Gamer take care of things, so. Because they're actually great at that. I won't lie, they're great at looking over studies, so. It's just sick of like both parties like tearing this country apart. George Washington warned us this would happen. He did. It's not just women's fault, it's men's fault too. Stop pinning on the blame on one gender, Jesus. But yeah, I basically like talked more about this in the Crossworlds video, like I said, number 17, so. But anyway, let's try to relax and have a more chill stream. Anyway, Jessica, how have you been doing? You and me are amazing. Yeah, we're awesome. Not in an egotistical way, but in a humble way. Not, you know, the egotistical, oh, I'm so humble, but just, you know. Yeah, we're decent. Although I do have my asshole moments. I really do, honest to God. And I make mistakes, but so does everyone else. You know, it always fucking... It's just bonkers how we have technology at our fingertips and no one truly, or not enough people truly knows how to use it or fact check. I think it's just more vanity. A combination of vanity, laziness, and addicted to looking right and sounding right, not actually being right. Yes, addiction's an ugly word, but it's just that weird ego thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to... You been good? Nice. Nice, it's okay, I can keep doing that. And if there's any conservative women watching my streams, can you guys tell the women saying give up my voting rights to knock it off? Like, both men and women need to team up together and just have a better voting system and filter out the morons, really. Yeah, it won't be perfect at first, but if we keep working on it, we'll be able to do it. Oh my god. And please stop ignoring the part of history where women fucking actually fought for the rights. Night of Terror? Like Women's Suffrage Night of Terror? And the fact that not all women got the rights. Black women, Asian women, Native American women. This goes on. Look it up. Use Grok if you gotta. Wait, if your mom tells you not to talk to strangers, then how do you make friends? Well, when moms say that, they typically mean adults. But the rule doesn't necessarily apply to other classmates at school. But when you're an adult, it's more acceptable for you to take a chance. But I also think you need to be taught, you know, red flags and what to look for. Sure, you know, the teaching won't be perfect and it'll be trial and error, but it's just how it is. Thankfully, like, if you know where to look on the internet. Oh, okay, I was wondering. Yeah, but typically if you're trying to make friends on the internet, which I personally had an easier time with than in real life. And that's okay. Like, a lot of these weird people, usually the extremist Christian, not the good Christians out there, but the extremists, are like, oh, it's so sad, I met my husband at a church. I mean, times are changing. It's perfectly valid to meet your husband online. There's nothing wrong with that. You just, you know, gotta learn what to look for. And what you want. Same with a man out there. Like, whether you meet someone in real life or online, that's perfectly okay. You gotta learn how not to be catfished. How to tell it's a real person, especially more in this day and age. Like, meeting over the same hobby, honestly, I think it's better, I wanna say, and this is kind of a grain of salt take, but maybe meet some friends. Hey Shade, you're amazing, cool, and nice. Oh, thank you. I try to be a nice person. But, you know, typically take this with a grain of salt because it's not a one-for-one, you know, thing that'll always give Shade a gold star. Thank you. Because typically it's not a one-for-one, you know, works every time type of deal. But from my experience, and there was some trial and error, I met, you know, friends on the Xbox. And no, I didn't meet them through Roblox or Minecraft. Although Minecraft is a perfectly okay game, there's nothing wrong with that. And you can play offline, and you can play in a private session. And the weird argument, oh, pedophiles can hack in there. I never had that happen. I played on the Xbox. I think that's a PC thing. But anyway, we're getting off topic. But typically, yeah, I found them by playing games and meeting people. If you want to take the chance, you take the chance. It's that simple. And if there's any problem, you leave and hit the block button. I wouldn't really recommend that for a kid, but for an adult, go for it. But I would be careful playing like something like Call of Duty though, and grouping up with those people. Because there's some game communities where you need a thick skin. Sonic community, for the most part, is pretty chill nowadays, but there's some crazy parts to it, and I say that as a Sonic fan. Yeah, it's more, there's a conservative little side to it, but a lot of the loud ones are kind of liberal. Me, I'm just like, hey, I just exist. I like Sonic, he's cool. I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, for the most part, it definitely calmed down since the 2000s, because the 2000s, woo, it was bad. Yeah, if you think it's bad now, man, you should have seen how it was back then. No, but it calmed the fuck down. It's a lot better. There's like, there used to be arguments, and they would like bully the fuck out of each other. And the Sonic haters will bully the Sonic fans even more. And yeah, it wasn't pretty. Like, it was cool to bully Sonic fans back then. And in the 2010s. Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad that these kids getting into Sonic don't have to fucking go through all that. Because, you know, the community, like I said, has choked the fuck out. But that's like with all communities that gets fucking really big. Like, it's not just a Sonic thing. There's the Pokemon one that got really big and has all these weird adults be arguing with you. And scalpers. And there's the Star Wars ones that argue over Star Wars series. Like, there's a bad and good to every community. Like, you don't have to avoid a game or an IP just because of a few bad apples. Be a good example. You know, harmful generalizations, man. Like how people say, oh, Minecraft's a breeding ground for pedophiles. That's not true. A pedophile will do, you know, whatever he fucking wants or she wants to get to any kid. Like, it's type of fear mongering I see on Instagram, and it's tiresome. Roblox I can understand, only because that one, like some of the people on there basically kicked out the one pedophile hunter that's trying to get rid of pedophiles got removed from their game. Like, account deleted and everything. That's why I'm not supporting Roblox. At least until it goes through like a hard fucking reset and actually gives shade glasses. Well, I am wearing glasses. I don't need another pair. If anything, I just have a tired ass brain. Yeah, like if I'm playing while I'm tired, I'm gonna play like shit, but it is what it is. Especially when I'm focused on talking. So those two in a combination, I'm just gonna go bleh. But this game, I don't mind going bleh with. Like, it's fine. But no, I just think Whoever's like defending pedophiles in that game just needs to be fired and have their hard drive checked. Because I see it as, you know, a lot of potential for it to be good. Because really it's a hub world for a lot of platform, for a lot of, you know, games. And that's a really cool thing about it. And people outside of gaming just sees it a bad thing, and nowadays like, oh yes, dopamine. We need dopamine to live. There's no such thing as a dopamine detox. You'll die without it, really. Because all you're doing, like... Because a lot of these detox things are just pretty harmful, or you're just training yourself to have a better attention span. You want to train yourself to have a better attention span? Watch a slow movie. Play a board game. Play Monopoly with your family. They'll definitely test you. For fucking sure. Like, there's better ways to go about things. I mean, you're talking to someone who can starve themselves in the dark with no technology for 3 fucking days. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you have to. I can do it again if I wanted to, but why would I? A lot of people in the West will see it's fucked up, while people in the East will be like, oh, nice. Because, you know, typical monk mentality. It may be the bastardization of it, but... You know, that whole letting go of desire and all that crap. Even though I have, like, a lot of stuff that I collected over the years. But I do plan on going through it. Because I wouldn't mind, like, donating them. But... But yeah, Monopoly, sorry, you definitely test your patience. Especially if you're playing Mario Kart with a friend. Like, it could be a video game still. Because you'll be training yourself to kind of catch yourself when you're getting mad or something and learning how to calm yourself down. And it's especially important for people with ADHD. I have it, and, you know. And there's some people that prefer medication. There's nothing wrong with that. But, man, I've seen a lot of people flip their lid when they don't have it, like they can't control themselves. But, you know, if you want to work with it, I got nothing against you. I just think, you know, if you want to work with pills that control your ADHD, you kind of need to work with someone or work with yourself to kind of train yourself to be okay. Become Super Saiyan? Yeah, Goku. Because do you want to be reliant on that medication for the rest of your life? I mean, I get, you know, as we get older, we're going to be relying on a lot of medications, but jeez. But, you know, if you're okay with that, go for it. It's just my opinion, and please don't get, you know, offended by that. Just an opinion at the end of the day. And personally, I wouldn't take it. I think it's a little fuck kind of pushed on the kids, just because they can't sit still. And I'm sure if, you know, I had a more popular channel, the comments would be coming, well, I was able to get my kid to listen, but I can't without the pills. Like, okay. No, I'm just saying, like, if you just rely only on medicine, like on a pill for your kid, you're not really teaching them how to, you know, work with it. This is mainly what I'm saying. Plus, there's some stories like adults who were pushed onto these pills too early. And how miserable they are when they're adults because they didn't know how to function without the pills. We just live in a society where people are just too quick to give medication for anything slightly wrong with people, but, you know, in this day and age, everyone has a disorder. And those who appear they don't just happen to be function very well. And if they're rich, they're eccentric. That's just how it is. Grabs my infinite backpack, then drops my stuff. I see you're having fun. But if anything, you have an active kid running around, and I mean an actual active kid. Get him a trampoline. You jump with them. Definitely tiring yourself out. There's nothing wrong if you like video games. Absolutely not. Trampolines are fucking fun. That happens to be very creative, coming up with a lot of ideas on the sketchbook. Don't let the AI stuff discourage you, I'm just saying. You know, say I want to see you create amazing things. Don't worry about the AI stuff. And talk about like how it's like a muscle that you just gotta train it. Train the art talent and art skills. Art wasn't needed anymore. Why is indie popping off? And I mean the good indie shit. Glitch, for example. That shit's popping off. And there's Dungeon Flippers. Lackadaisy. Digital Circus. There's Metal Family. Check that out if you've never heard of it. Shit, PNG avatar, the backgrounds for my PNG avatar and the background for my videos. I did that myself. I didn't use AI because it's just a preference. I just wanted to do it myself. Oh, you're looking at my post. Thank you. Yeah, she is cute. I guess I need more of those points. No problem. I'm gonna get some sleep. I'll probably stream Sonic Crossroads later. Worst case, I stream it tomorrow. But anyway, thank you so much for watching my stream/videos. I appreciate it. Hit that like and subscribe. If there's any games you want me to play, any drawings you want me to draw in a future drawing stream, let me know down in the comments below. And please remember to be the best versions of yourselves and respect one another, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.